So, hello, Yang. Welcome you to my interview today. Our company really appreciate for your interview. So, just try to speak as much as you can and don't be shy for anything. So, welcome to at the first questions. Tell me about yourself and why you want to apply for the sales assistant job.
Thank you for having me here, Mr. Van. So, my name is Jan, and I am a student from International Business at Hogeschool Utrecht. Right now, I want to apply for your sales assistant job because I have studied a lot of marketing, I have studied a lot of ways to deal with customers, and I also have worked in the retail field. So I have a lot of experience from work and school so that can make me very valuable at the field of the sales assistants.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're really interesting about your experience. So now, please tell me about 2 to 3 biggest strengths that you have for your selling stuff like retail or self. Yeah.
So the one strength I have is experience because I've already worked almost 2 years in the field of a salesperson. I know how to deal with customers. I know what kind of customers they are by looking at their body language. And yeah, I know how to talk to the most customers. The second thing that I have, what is very valuable, is my study. I learned also a lot from experience, but also a lot from the school. So the lectures have given me a lot of ways to interact with people, to interact with different cultures. So that comes from experience and learning. And yeah, it makes me more knowledgeable about the people from all of the world. And the third thing is I am a very social person. I'm not scared to talk to people. I'm not scared to approach to people, and I can I can have some sympathy with people. I can understand how they're feeling, if they're stressed, if they're happy, if they're anything. So for that, I am very knowledgeable and experienced.
Yeah, thank you for that retelling. Like really appreciate for the one like extrovert person like you.
Mhm.
But like meanwhile, is there any weakness that you have to improving? Please can tell me. Yeah.
There is one weakness. Sometimes when it's really busy, I find it difficult to focus on one task at a time. When there is a lot of customers and if I would be alone at a store with many people, then it can be stressful because a lot of customers want to ask you something, and then you have to focus on one task at a time. And because it may seem rude to cut someone off, so that is one issue that I deal with sometimes, but I just remind myself every time, focus on the person who asks you first. Sometimes it might be difficult. Customers might be insulted if you ignore them, but we have to help the people who are first.
Yeah. We understand that, but don't worry too much because we have like enough staff at our store to help the customer in the peak hours and also off peak hours. So,
Yes.
and the next questions is how would you approach a customer when they is approaching and hasn't asked for help?
Now, of course, we always start with a little eye contact and a smile. And after that, I would go up to the customer and greet them with the good morning, good evening,
Yeah.
how are we feeling? If they don't have any questions after that, I would just ask them, would you like help with something? If they say yes, I will proceed to help them. If they say no, I will let them browse. So I don't want to be a nuisance to a customer too much and be a bother to them because some customers just want to kill a little bit of time. So for that reason, I always start slowly. If it takes like a long time, I will ask them. And if they give me an answer for the one I need help, I'll just let them browse freely.
Yeah. That's really good way to approach the customer. And how do you find out what a customer needs before recommending a product?
Now, sometimes I can see customers going to the sections and looking confused, like the headphones maybe or chargers. So, or when they're in a hurry, I can know what they need. Sometimes maybe their phone are dead, they need some tool to charge a phone or a power bank maybe. So, and also sometimes we maybe don't know. We just have to go and ask them. So that are the two things you can see where they're looking at, and you can, if you don't know that, you can just ask the customers what they're looking for.
Yeah. always ask them a question and then like help them as much as you can.
Of
So
course.
how would you handle a customer who says like it's too expensive after you recommend them a product, for example? Yeah,
That is a possibility, yes, because every product has their levels of prices, you know. The thing for me is if a customer finds the price too much, I would just drop down a little bit. Because for me, it's also very important to not sell customers stuff that is bad. I want to sell customers quality. So I will always try to persuade them to buy good quality,
yeah,
but not for a ridiculous price. So I will drop down little by little and give them a lot of information about the product and why they have to choose for that. And it tend to work. They will not choose the expensive part, but they will choose the reasonable one, but not the most cheap option. No,
yeah,
I'm never going for the most cheap option.
yeah. So customer always like prioritize the quality of the product. So yeah.
Yes.
And like the next one, like I want to ask you about the few situation that you struggle with your life when you studying or working. For example, please tell me a time have you dealt with a difficult customer or classmate, for example.
Yeah, we deal with customers every day who are difficult, of course, when they don't know what they really want or they question themselves too much. Like I have some experiences when they want to check out and after the pay they change their mind. That happens, but before that, I learned myself you have to really give the customers a clarity of what the product is and not just by doing it quick. That never helps. So a way of doing that to solve that problem is always give them clarity and enough information so that they totally understand what they are buying to make sure that that issue not happens again because the whole refund option it takes a lot of time. So we don't want to do that again.
Yes, and like when you work with your team or your classmate as as a project, uh, and you find it difficult to reach a goal because of a customer problems, what would you like to do at that situation?
I had some difficulties with class group projects, of course. I think everyone have those difficulties when someone doesn't want to take part in it or don't put as much of effort as everyone else. That happens at every group project. But the thing we do is we just speak to the classmate individually, like, hey, is everything all right? Is there something going on behind the scenes? And we try to have some sympathy with him. If they still don't want to take part in it, we can just go to our lecturers and tell them about our yeah cooperation. But most of the times by talking to the fellow student itself and make it clear, all right, I'm not doing this also for me, I'm doing it for all of us, also for you. They
Yeah.
will understand it's a group project, everyone's gonna profit from the grade after that.
Yeah, that's a really great way to solve that problem. And next question's like, what would you do at our store if it's very busy, as the peak hour, for example?
Mm.
How do you prioritize the work?
Always focus on one task at a time. Focus on your main task. If you're helping a customer, help the customer. And yeah, like if it's busy, customer number one. Don't focus on cleaning and setting up anything. Make sure you help everyone because that is a time where companies and stores make the most money. So focus on the customers, the first in line, and make it fair for everyone so that everyone can get the help they needed. That's the way of doing it.
Yeah, that's a really great way, bro. Um, and the next questions, when the customer look confused and doesn't speak your language well, they don't know how to speak English. So what do you do?
That happens a lot of the times, but what we tend to do is at this time and age, we have technology to help us with it. Like we can put our phones out and start translating, or we can make hand signs of, okay, what do you want? You want to call, you want to charge. So we can help them non-verbally with our
Yeah,
signs, hand signs, or yeah, using technology to understand each other better so that everyone can get the help they need.
yeah. Thank you for that. I understand that the way that you approach customer when they don't speak your language. And the nearly final questions, like, why should we hire you? Please tell me like some reason that we should do it.
Well, because I have a lot of experience in the sales area already, and I also studied for this job. So I have a lot of knowledge from experience and my study, and I also speak 5 languages. I can speak Chinese, German, English, Dutch. I can speak a lot of languages fluently. So I can help customers from all over the world. And with my experience and knowledge, I know how to deal with them from people with a lot of cultures. And I'm also
Yeah.
a very patient person, so I won't get stressed that much.
Yes. And last questions. Do you have any questions for us?
Well, I have any questions? What time does it get busy most of the times at your stores?
At our store, it's going to be busy is around at the midday, which means that it's going to be around 11 to 1 p.m. because lots of customer want to concentrate buying this kind of product at this time. So
All
it's
right.
going to be our peak hours. Yeah.
I'll make sure to prepare for that and not do unnecessary
Yes.
things around that
And
time.
make sure to to always like at our store at that time. So don't get out for unnecessary stuff. Just do our things in the stuff. Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you very much for this interview.
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate for your interview today. Yeah. Have a good one.